Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about how Gen Z has broken the stereotype of being keyboard warriors and has risen to the challenging and suppressive regimes. To begin with, we have Sajida here who is going to brief us about the current situation of Gen Z in world politics.
Thank you, Tahmid. Now we'll talk about Gen Z's challenges, oppressive leaders, though activism and courage. They are driving change by using their voices, creativity, and these skills to address global issues like climate change, social justice, and equality. This fearless generation is holding leaders accountable and pushing for a better future. Provide that activism can create real change. The world is already transforming because of Gen Z, and their journey deserves support.
Yes, Gen Z is great at spreading awareness, but real political change doesn't mean it spreading awareness. It means stepping into leadership, running for office, drafting laws, making decisions. Until we see more of that, their role in politics will stay limited to activism.
Rashad, you have shared some great point, I think. In fact, movements like the July Revolution in Bangladesh, Sri Lanka movement, led by the Gen Z peoples, show how activism can create real change, I think.
But Ruhin, Zinj is not waiting for change. We are making it happen. Like for the July revolution in Bangladesh, where young people stood up against oppression to global figures like Malala and Greta, youth are leading the charge for a better future. Malala fought for girls' education, while Greta sparked a global climate environment. Like in Bangladesh, Gen Z early protest against unjust policies, demanding political reform, justice, and equality. These movements show that Gen Z is not just aware of the issues. We are actively creating change. The world is already changing because of us. We are just getting started, right?
But I think for Malala and Greta, it doesn't fall under direct politics. Malala fights for girls' education but isn't involved in governance, and Greta raises awareness about climate change but doesn't care policies herself.
But you see, Rashid, in the past, we didn't see any younger face active in such an act. Like maybe it's just social awareness type work. But have you seen anyone before Gen Z at their age being active so much and creating a huge impact on international politics in present or holding world leaders accountable?
While I agree governance is critical, we shouldn't underestimate the power of awareness in sparking political actions. For example, I can say Kenya's youth-led protests didn't just bring attention to the problems, they set the stage for new political conversations. I do agree though that moving from activism to governance is the next big step, I think.
While moving awareness is a crucial first step, and in many ways, it can be enough to spark change. While governance is important, sometimes awareness can change public opinion. So, yes, awareness does matter. Sometimes it's the catalyst for the change we need.
I agree with you now, Nusaiba. I think spreading awareness about this thing is a very good thing, especially about Gen Z. You will see that our attention span is a lot lower, and we're not able to correctly identify what is the problem or why the new generation is not getting into politics. So I think spreading campaigns or doing rallies or maybe in the news, maybe in magazine articles, maybe in social media networks, spreading awareness through these mediums, I think is a very good policy, and I think it's going to help us a lot in the for the future.
However, awareness is a great start, but I think it's not enough on its own. Like while raising awareness brings attention to problems, real change happens when young people step into roles where they can make decisions like in governance. So let's talk about something crucial. The struggle for about uh, struggle for political power and change, especially when it comes to young people. Despite being a large part of the population, as we can see, youth are often underrepresented in politics. Most decisions affecting our future. So, actually, we are facing a great trouble. This lack of representation leaves a gap between the problems we face and the solutions being implemented. But yeah, the good news is our generation, young people aren't just staying silent nowadays across the globe. For instance, in Bangladesh, young people have been at the forefront of movements like July Revolution. So, from climate strikes led by teenagers to powerful protests for racial justice, Gen Z millennials are stepping up. Though the road isn't easy nowadays, but you can see.
But in my point of view, Gen Z is a redefined political, not just as an activist, but as a change maker, bridging protest and governance. From Bangladesh's July Revolution to Kenya's youth lead protests, they have shown resilience against oppressive regimes. Yet, while they will excel in raising awareness, the challenges now is to step into decision-making roles to truly reshape the future. Gen Z must have transitioned from the streets to halls, drafting laws and leading governance. Women leaders like those uh, spreading movements in Bangladesh are the potential of those um, movements. It's time to amplify their voices in politics for a sustainable and equitable future. What do you think? What barriers prevent Gen Z from transitioning from activism to governance? And how can these challenges be overcome to ensure youth
Mansura, you're talking about Gen Z reshaping politics. We see Gen Z helping in traffic control, painting, and cleaning the city. But how many of them do we see in government reshaping laws? We see two of them in the interim government, but I don't think those are that important.
well, that's a valid point, Saiba, but as you know, every revolution starts with a small step. Gen Z's involvement in community efforts like cleaning and painting reflects reclaiming ownership and building trust. While only two are in the interim government, it's a starting point. With with the proper mentorship, this generation will soon move from grassroots action to reshaping laws and governance. I think.
Exactly, Mansura. And let's not underestimate the power of those small steps. The struggle for political
Sorry to
power.
jump in. I mean, real change takes time, and what we're seeing now is the foundation being laid. The challenge is ensuring these efforts are sustained and scaled, and I think the focus should be on creating pathways like leadership programs or youth quotas in governance, which will help Gen Z to make policies more effective.
I don't think so, but this makes me wonder, can the motivation from these global movements be sustained long enough to make lasting political change? Do you have any idea?
Like I think sustaining movement for lasting political change is tough but possible. It needs consistent efforts, leadership, and adapting to changes. Like this movement must grow beyond protesters, strong organization, engaging more peoples from time to time. Change is a marathon, I guess, not a sprint or a race. We need to be strong together. Gen Z has already shown that they can lead movements with lasting impact, as seen in Bangladesh July Revolution, where leaders like Hasnat Abdullah Sajis Alam, and fought for their democracy against the state oppression. Their ability to organize through social media and inspire mass audience to show up in the protests. So I think change is tough, but they are proving it's possible. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
think
I
yeah,
think
change is time.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
also
think
think about.
yeah, I think everyone's putting some good points. I especially agree with Ruhin and what he said about it may be tough, it may be challenging, but I think we should be able to move forward from that. We should be able to move forward from the past and into the future and look ahead at what we can do, especially since the future generation is obviously is going to be, let's hope, is us, because we've done something that many of us regret. So raising political awareness is not only going to be beneficial for us, but also for our future generation, for our brothers and sisters, for maybe their sons and daughters, so that they don't suffer the consequences that we have faced today. So with that, I think we should conclude the episode today. And I think everyone will. Does anyone have anything to say?
No, I think yeah, that's
No.
what we can do. We can fight for it, and we can teach ourselves or teach everyone to how to fight for it, and this is it, I
Yeah,
think.
it's so more determination.
Basically, change is tough, but they are proving it's possible, right? Uh,
Yes.
this is
Like
what
we've
it is.
overthrown Hasina, so anything is possible, especially in this
Yeah.
Just we
world.
need the unity among us. That's it.
Yes, we need the unity, the strength, the courage, and the bravery for that.
Yeah.
Okay, then thank you everyone. Thanks for watching
Thank
our episode. Tune in for the next episode. Goodbye.